Anna, I don't do coffee dates. I don't do walking dates. I don't do last minute dates.
Yeah.
I don't do this. I need to see effort. He have to book very fine dining, like nice place.
When I do choose to go on a date, I want you to feed me. I don't want to just go for drinks. And I feel like a lot of people will say like a coffee date or like, let's just go for drinks and like see if we vibe and then let's do dinner the next time. I see that as like, you're cheap. No, let's go to dinner. Let me see the way you order. Let's see your mannerisms. Let's see the vibes. You're going to order one dessert or two desserts. Let's see how generous you are. And I don't know, like I feel like already when you're going on a date, you're taking a risk. So like if you're not willing to like take the risk and feed me and you're only like down to take me for drinks, I find that weird. Like I'm not into that.
I've said this before, but I think the message needs to be said again. Listen up. If somebody wants to do coffee as a first date, this is somebody who goes on a lot of first dates and not a lot of second dates, or they're very cheap. And I do not care what any other relationship expert wants to say here. The cuckoo things they say, the truth is the truth. You don't like it? Sorry, I can't help it.
Oh, hell no!
Welcome to The Wall. Two women on the wall complaining about the coffee date. They should be grateful that men invite them out for coffee. The coffee date will always be the best option. It's quick, it's for getting to know each other, and you don't have to spend a fortune on a woman you don't even like. Besides, sitting for hours at a table with someone after realizing in the first 15 minutes that you don't want to see her again is, to me, a waste of time.
Women.
I don't accept coffee dates from men either. That just takes too little planning and too low effort for it to be a date, in my opinion. My opinion. Y'all come into my comment section saying pick better men when I complain about men harassing me in public or a shitty experience with a man. But then you get mad when we actually have standards. And it's okay if you don't agree with my standard, because then you shouldn't fucking date me. You shouldn't be interested in me. But since men will put it in literally anything, they think that every single woman talking on this app is an invitation for them to comment because they think it was meant for them. I don't look at every single guy on this app and think he's attractive, let alone want to date him. But once again, you guys will literally put it in anything. I myself hardly ever just go and grab a coffee. I'm grabbing a coffee, I'm grabbing a meal. So I'm not personally going to accept less on a date than I would give myself anyway. You're not a mind reader. I don't expect you to know that I don't usually take myself out for just coffee. Just like how previously I hadn't expected you to throw a temper tantrum about my standards. But now I'm a little inclined to assume that since there's so many of you throwing temper tantrums about this. If you want to do a coffee date, find somebody who matches your energy. Simple as that. You don't need to go bully some woman on the internet for having higher standards than you. Black woman at that, because you're fucking racist.
Guys have commented on my videos saying that they find it annoying when a woman won't do a coffee date. Let me just be transparent with you. A lot of my friends here in the city are corporate girlies. They're working really intense jobs, which a lot of people have to do to survive in this city. A lot of my friends would absolutely not do a coffee date, not for the reasons that you might think, but actually because a lot of my girlfriends are in a masculine energy during the day. They're in their logical brain. They're getting stuff done, action orientated. They're quite dominant. They want to get home, have a little reset, get back into their feminine energy, dress how they want to, kind of reset, and then go out into the dating world. Not that they think you're cheap and they just don't want to do a coffee date, actually because they don't want to show up in that masculine energy during the day. So don't take it personally. Just organize something after 5 p.m. so she can get back into her feminine energy and show up how she wants to.
Nowadays, telling the truth is enough to get you labeled. If you respond to a black woman, you're automatically called racist. It doesn't matter if you're criticizing her idea, they turn it into a personal attack. That's manipulation, not an argument. And about coffee dates, I'll say it again. Those are their standards, but we also have a choice. I also have the right not to take you somewhere you wouldn't go with your own money. Like you said, I wouldn't go on a date I wouldn't give myself. Well then, why should I take you on a first date to a place where even you wouldn't spend your own money? Why do we have to spend hundreds of dollars just so you can go to a fancy spot and take pictures where everything shows up, except the one footing the bill? Because a man who respects himself isn't anyone's free meal. A woman who's truly interested will even go for a walk in the park. The rest can stay alone with their standards.
The only reason y'all have a problem with a woman not wanting to go on a coffee date is because she's fat and ugly. And in our society, the less attractive you are, the less standards people think you should have. You see, y'all will preach all day long about having higher standards and, expecting more and requiring more out of people instead of just giving in to the bare fucking minimum. But anytime someone does say this, y'all take their looks into account. Like, that's what fucking matters. Like a person who's 40 pounds overweight, how dare you, lady, want to go to be picked up, brought flowers, and taken to dinner as a date. But meanwhile, the IG baddie, y'all saying that, hey, flowers, taking to Nobu is the bare fucking minimum. Y'all will consistently say, stop objectifying women, but then y'all literally put like price tags depending on how they look. It's crazy. And it isn't just men doing it, it's men and women doing this. And my whole take all the time has always been raise your standards if you have low standards. And what do I mean by that is standards is like how you expect to be treated and how people treat you, right? That's your standards. I always tell people like, hey, understand your preferences is going to be what hinders the fuck out of you. But hey, I digress.
It's not about that. It's because she wants to condition you to play by her rules. The expensive restaurant might impress, but it doesn't mean anything. Plenty of guys drop thousands on dinner and aren't even looking for anything serious. A coffee, on the other hand, is honest. That's where you see someone's real intentions, to get to know you in a simple space, with no pressure and the freedom to leave whenever you want. To have a straightforward conversation and leave the door open for a second date if there was good chemistry. That's the ideal. And as a man, I've always supported putting in more effort on the second date, because by then you have some guarantee that she likes you, or at least that she's interested. That's when you can invest in a more elaborate date to impress or win her over. But if you blow a ton of money on the first date, what do you think she'll expect for the second one? You'll end up burning through your whole paycheck just to eat out. That's why I don't take advice from simp guys. They don't say anything logical.
I'm gonna get shit for this, but this is why I think you should say no if you get asked on a coffee date. Obviously, there are special exceptions. If someone is sober and doesn't drink, I totally get it. But we're talking like a man who definitely goes out and drinks is asking you to go on a coffee date. This is why I say no. It's just my personal opinion that I think that when someone asks me on a coffee date, it's telling me I go on so many dates that I can't afford to take you for drinks anymore. Like, I'm a serial dater. That's what it communicates to me. So because I serial date so much and I have literally been spending all my money on cocktails on other women, we're gonna go get coffee. Hope that's okay. I would personally much rather do like a walk on the beach with like a glass of wine or a sunset picnic. This isn't a work meeting for me. Okay, babes? That's just my opinion. I think when you ask me on a coffee date, that's why I'm saying no. It's giving I date the entire city of Los Angeles and I can't take you to drinks.
So I came across this video of this young woman saying that she will not go out on coffee dates because she looks too good and because they're low effort. Really? Here's the problem that we have in dating. We have average people that want more than average results. Let me explain something. If a woman likes you, if she's really attracted to you, not if she wants a free meal, not if she's bored and she just wants something to do, not if she's just dating to have fun. If she's really into you and you suggest a coffee date, she's going to be there. But that's only if she's attracted to you. See, a lot of women are not really attracted to men. They just want princess treatment, free meals, attention. Here's where we are in dating right now. Men have been played and burnt so many times with these expensive first dates that they would rather find a woman who's really into him, take her on a coffee date. And then if the date is going good and we vibing, then we'll go somewhere else. Maybe we'll go for a really nice dinner. Maybe we'll go to Top Golf. Maybe we'll go somewhere and listen to some loud music or have some drinks. There's other dates that you can do that's not coffee dates that are affordable and make sense. For instance, you can meet at happy hour at a nice restaurant like Ruth Chris or Fleming's or whatnot. They have happy hour specials, drink specials. They have appetizers. And you can sit there in a nice environment where she can get dressed up because she says, I ain't getting dressed up for a coffee date, and have a conversation. But that's not really what she wants. What she wants is princess treatment without even liking the guy. Because if a woman likes a guy, if he says, meet me in the middle of the street, she's there.
Damn!
No, that man is telling you he wants to get to know you with all 5 senses fully present. But since you're used to going out with chads who always offer alcohol to set up their wild nights, they only take you to bed because they gave you a free dinner. That says more about you than it does about the guy. Of course, there are exceptions. If it's a man you really like, then you'll accept anything from him. But with the rest, it's a free dinner with drinks, no questions asked. A man who understands the game knows the first date isn't for splurging, it's for evaluating. If there's chemistry, then the second date is when you make plans, invest, and give special treatment. But the first one is a test, because you don't know if the person in front of you is a princess or hours of hell with someone unbearable, whether it's a man or a woman. Stop trying to fulfill some dinner fantasy she wouldn't even pay for herself.
I have not done a video about my hate for coffee dates in a very, very long time. So I'm going to talk about why I hate it, what it means when somebody asks you on a coffee date, and what to say when they do so you don't have to go. But in the best way ever. Hang on. Why don't I like coffee dates? As a professional matchmaker for over 17 years, when people tell me that they prefer coffee dates, what they're also telling me right away is they either only go on a lot of first dates because they're so picky they never like anybody, so they're probably not going to like you anyway, or nobody usually ever likes them. So if nobody ever likes them, you're probably not going to either. So there's no point to coffee. The other thing is that maybe because they go on a lot of first meetings all the time, they don't want to spend the money. They're cheap. But here's what you're going to say when they do. When a man suggests coffee, you're going to say, even in text, you can say this, or on a call, whatever, but always get on a call before you ever go out anyway. Oh, come on. Coffee is so unsexy. Winky face. And stop talking. Don't say anything else. Don't make excuses. Don't explain. Just wait and see what they do. Now, there will be those people that still want to go to coffee. That tells you everything you need to know. I would advise not meeting them. And there will be some people who will drop in the comments and they'll say, but I met my husband that way, or I met the guy I'm dating that way, or the woman, whatever. Sure, there's exceptions to everything. But those exceptions that you want to give me are few and far between. Extremely rare, especially these days, that it will ever work out, because I am telling you, I am 100% right that these people go on a ton of first dates, almost never like anybody, or nobody likes them, or they're just cheap. Who wants that? Hope it helps.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
17 years as a matchmaker, and you still end up single, and you still haven't learned a thing. Literally, the one selling doesn't consume. And on top of that, she criticizes coffee dates because, according to her, they're not sexy or cheap. Of course, easy to say that when it was never her money. The first date isn't meant to finance a luxurious night for a stranger. Coffee is quick, cheap, and honest. That's more than enough to see if there's chemistry. The man who drops hundreds on a first date is just paying for a pretty picture he's not even in. And afterward, the same woman who enjoyed the dinner tells him she's not interested. Something that could have been figured out over a quick coffee. Don't waste your time, brother. If she really wants to get to know you, she'll accept the coffee.
Women.
We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What's your opinion on coffee dates? How did you meet your longest relationship? Was it over an expensive dinner to get her to go out with you? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.